Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What is the history and importance of peacock feathers in Osmanli Dergahi?
Very good question you're asking. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Osmanli Dergahi. We are honoring and we are putting our Ottoman ancestors on top of our heads because they are ruling the whole world from east to west, north to south correctly for over 700 years. Because they're putting Allah and His Prophet first. Not money, not nationalism, not politics, not power. Allah and His Prophet first. When Sultan Selim Khan, Jannat Mekan, the first Khalifa of the Ottomans, he was a Padishah, he was an emperor. The Sultans of the Ottoman Empire, they were emperors. They were emperors with hundreds of kings under them. They were ruling kingdoms. These are not ones who rule just a small piece of land and they're calling himself an emperor. He was ruling continents, ruling so many different kinds of people, Muslims and non-Muslims, believers and unbelievers, and giving everyone their right. Adalat, adil. That is what they were holding on very strongly. And they make sure no one takes away the rights of the others. Because, as Shaykh Effendi, he reminds us always of Hazrat Umar. And he loves Hazrat Umar radiallahu an. And Hazrat Umar concentrating on what? Qanun, isn't it? Law. That he is so strict about it, and he says, if there is a hungry wolf on the other side of the Nile in the desert that is starving during the time of Umar, I will be questioned on that on the day of judgment. So, when the Abbasis, Khilafat, they became really weak. It's been weak for a long time anyway. The Khalifa was a prisoner in his own palace. And the Muslim empire under the Khalifa at that time, they were all divided and broken up, and there was so much conflict and confusion. And the Khalifa was not able to rule. And the new power, strong power came out, the Ottomans. Although the Seljuks before them was supporting the Abbasis. And because of the Seljuks, may Allah raise their stations, and may Allah let them to give us madat and himmat, inshallah. Because they are the ones who are responsible to destroy the wrong Aqidah in Islam. If it's not because of them, the Fatimids would have taken over everyone. And the Ahl Sunnah Aqidah would have been destroyed. Because the Fatimids, they were a very strong nation coming out at that time, ruling from Egypt. And their influence was everywhere. And the Ahl Sunnah was very weak. Crusades was happening over and over and over again. So, Sultan Selim Khan, Jannat Mekan, when he went to see the Khalifa, because of the order that was given to him by the Holy Prophet ﷺ, to take the Khilafat, to take the sword, the jubbah, and the belt of the Prophet ﷺ, and the Khalifa at that time surrendered it to him, because in Islam the strongest must rule. Only the strong must rule. When he took that, he became the first Khalifa of the Ottoman Empire. And when he went to Medina to pay his respects to the Holy Prophet ﷺ, entering into the Masjid al-Nabawi, entering into the tomb, the Rawza Sharif, on his hands and his knees, crawling, not like today's proud and arrogant shaitani people entering with proudness to the Masjid al-Nabawi. They are following the Wahhabis, of course, because the Wahhabis completely destroyed the masjid, everything there, everything around, except for the tomb, and they're still planning every year how to destroy the tomb. Don't be surprised if you're going to see next year that they're making plans to already destroy it. So, when Sultan Selim Khan, he crawled into the tomb of the Prophet ﷺ, okay, rubbing his chest on the doorway, on the dust of the Prophet, asking for the Holy Prophet ﷺ's prayers. And inside the holy chamber, the holy grave, was a broom that was made from peacock feathers, that was used by the Hadims there to clean the tomb of the Prophet ﷺ. That I'm seeing in India only, they are keeping that tradition. Not too much elsewhere. You see in the tombs of the saints, they have brooms of peacock feathers, that alhamdulillah, we have a broom here made of peacock feathers for our Sheikh and our Grand Sheikh, and we're going to take it out and use it when we build the tomb, inshallah. So Sultan Selim Khan, he saw that broom, he took one feather, he broke it, and he put it on his turban. And he says, from now on, we are the Hadims of the Prophet ﷺ. We are the servants of the Prophet. Ghulam Rasul. So, that is the significance of that. Because we are saying, we are the servants of the Prophet. We are the servants of those who serve him. Because we have manners. We cannot say we serve the Prophet directly. We serve those who serve him. Alhamdulillah. And we are happy with that. Inshallah Rahman, all these old traditions, old forgotten sunnats, they're going to be revived. But can you go and buy a peacock feather and stick it to your head? Of course you can do that. You can stick not one, you can put 10, like a big tail. You can put that too. It doesn't mean anything. The important thing is the action. If you're already doing it, it doesn't matter whether you put it or not. I'm doing it because Shaykh and his sunnat. That's all. Fatiha. Amin.